This C program convert a length in meter to kilometer unit. Formula is length in kilometer is equal to length in meter divided by 1000. First we need to include header files. Here we need stdio.h, that is the standard input output header file. This is the main function from where the execution starts. The main, first we need to declare the variable. Two variables required for this program. One is length in meter and another one is length in kilometer. So length underscore meter, that is declared as integer type, and length underscore kilometer declared as floating point type. As if we divide integer by 1000, that may be a floating point number. So that's why the length underscore km, that is length in kilometer, is taken as the floating point type variable. Length in meter, that is the length underscore m, can be initialized directly by assigning the value this way. Here we take from the user input. So this line prompt user to enter the length in meter. Then this line will scan the value and store in the variable length underscore m. Then convert the length underscore m to the kilometer. So before that, as the length underscore m is integer type variable, if we divide that by 1000, that will give the wrong result. So that's why we need to convert this integer type variable into the floating point type variable. So for that we require this type conversion float before the length underscore m. So that will, this float will convert this integer type variable to a floating type variable and floating type value, and then that will divided by 1000, and that ultimately convert the value in meter into the value in kilometer correctly. So float underscore float, this will convert the value of this length underscore m, that is length in meter, into the floating point value, and then that will divide by the 1000 and to convert the get the kilometer value. Then this is the printing. So %d, because this is the integer type variable length underscore m, and this is floating type, so %a. And this is the end of the program, returning 0 for the successful execution of the program. Now if we run this program, say 550, so 550 meter, that is equal to this value. So here it is printed 0.550000, because by default the float value are printed up to the 6 decimal place. If you want to print up to the 3 decimal place, you can give this, that is the 0.03f, %.03f. That means that it will print the floating point value up to the 3 decimal place. So this is the up to the 3 decimal place. Now check, this program is working correctly when the length in meter declared as the integer type variable. Then we need to convert this length in meter integer value to the floating point value. Now if we don't use this conversion, then what happens? See, we get the wrong result in some cases. So first we give the same value 550, that will give the 0 kilometer. Then what is the reason we getting the 0 kilometer? Because this length is integer type value, and 550 divided by 1000, that will give the zero value on integer division. So that's why that zero value stored in this floating point value as a 0.0, and that value is printed here. So that's why we get the wrong result here. But if we give say 1000 meter, then we get the correct result. So that's why we don't get always wrong result, but we may get the wrong result sometime. So the one instant is this is. So when we give the 550 meters, then we get the wrong result here, because in integer mode division, that division get the wrong result. Also, if we give the say 100, 1500, then also we get the wrong result, because 1500 divided by 1000 will give the 1 on integer division, and then that value is printed here. So that's why if we declare the length as in meter as the integer type variable, then we need here float type conversion. Otherwise, we don't get the correct result. Now, if we declared this length in meter as the floating type variable, then this problem will not there. So this percent will percent a, this will of course percent a, and this float type conversion is not required because this is already in the floating type variable. So then you can check. Now if we give 1500 meter, then check it will be easily converted to the 1000 1.5 kilometers. So if the length in meter declared as the floating point, then the program will works fine. Now if it is declared integer type, then you should remember that before this division you need the type conversion to the floating point. Otherwise, there you get the wrong result. So here this is also printed up to the 6 decimal place. If you want to convert this, you just give here 0.3%, 0.38, that will print the value in up to the 3 decimal place. So 1500, so that will print up to the 3 decimal place. So this is the program for converting the length in meter to kilometer. So only the point to remember, if the length in meter is declared as the integer type, then type conversion need before the division when you converting into the kilometer, before this division by 1000. And if you declare this is at the floating point value, then no need of this will works fine.